Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at a Sims 4 speed build. This is a build exclusively with my first pet stuff, cats and dogs and cats, and base game. We're building a house for one person and a couple of pets. So right now I'm just trying to figure out the base of the house, how I want it to look. And I've added a back patio and a front patio because I thought it was kind of fitting. Now I'm kind of struggling to find a wallpaper that I actually like. So here we're testing out all the different things from cats and dogs. And we finally found one. Now we're trying to figure out the patio. I didn't like the color of the wood, so I changed it. The door situation, I quite struggle with this because I wanted to put it on the other side, but then I decided it looked kind of weird. Now we're trying to figure out windows, of course, using cats and dogs. And we found some windows, we're going to add them. We're going to change them later a lot because they don't fit with the room layout. Here I thought it might look cute to put the windows next to the door, but I actually decided against it. Now I was thinking maybe I should change the front door, but I didn't. And I added a pet door because I thought it was kind of cute to like have a cat leave through a cat door. Then we're adding also the stairs that I added in the front, and I'm kind of struggling where to put them because it kind of looked weird in all kind of places, but eventually I found it. Then I finished adding the windows. So now we're moving on the inside because I'm trying to figure out the room layout. And I'm trying to get a bathroom somewhere, so I had to move the windows quite a bit to figure out where I want to put that. Then we're trying to add the roof before we actually do the inside. Yeah, I thought that might look cute. I put them on the same level. And then I put this roof in the front to cover the patio. In the back I tried the same, but it kind of looked weird. So I decided to go with another roof, because that felt more fitting for it, I guess. It still looked kind of odd, but I just decided to ignore it in the end. And then I started adding the pillars. Well, I tried adding a trim, but that didn't work because the height wasn't right. I added the pillars from cats and dogs because they're very cute and I thought they were really fitting. Then I looked at the trims and oh my god, I've never used this before, and I regret that now because they're very pretty actually. Then I added the matching fences, and I tried adding another patio, but lower. And I was figuring out the ground, but that was kind of difficult. And I eventually went for this, and now trust the process. It looks quite ugly, but with the corners, with the fence around it, it looks better, and it will get better, trust me. Here I tried adding new windows because the bathroom situation was still kind of annoying me. And then I had this little back corner, and I really did not know what to do with it. I added the wall to the bedroom because I was kind of still trying to figure out in my head what I wanted to do. And then I had an idea, but with the window in the back, it didn't really work out. So right now I'm just trying to figure out something put there without destroying the window, but eventually I just move it to the side because it's kind of in my way. Then I find a perfect shelf that actually fits perfectly in there. My idea was to put a desk in front of the shelf, so it looks kind of built in, I guess. And I actually decorate this area quite quickly because I want this to be settled because this corner is actually very awkward. I added the lights and I wanted to try and add one outside, but these were all huge. I didn't want the modern look, but the lanterns were just massive. So yeah, now I'm figuring out the desk situation, what I want to put on it. And it's actually the first time I tried to use this technique with the Sims 3 camera, where I can turn it with Alt, and I actually quite enjoyed using that, although it was difficult to adjust. And we're just trying to figure out the decor and putting it on. So that's what's happening right now. I'm still trying to figure out how this works, so it looks kind of wonky. I'm gonna come back and change it later again. Now we can finally move on and add some doors to the bathroom and the bedroom. And I'm actually quite struggling because I want to find matching doors to like the beige wood theme. And that's going to come back a lot. Now I think we'll go for wallpapers next, yeah. And then we try and find a matching one from cats and dogs, or dogs and cats. I don't actually remember the pack name properly. And I wanted to put a rug in it, but it didn't really look well, so I put a similar thing that was on the patio, but I didn't want the light color because it felt a bit too much. Then here's the kitchen situation. I know the floor looks kind of weird and it's going to be changed later. And I used the new counters from the base game update because they're so pretty. I actually love those. Here I'm trying to add a small like island extended from the wall. And here you can see me change the floor. And now I want to add a fridge, but as you can see, I'm quite annoyed at this thing because it won't turn. And I picked the other one. Now it fits because before I tried it and it didn't fit. Now we're adding a sink and a stove, and I actually wanted to put like a what's it called, like the oven chute, I guess, above the oven, but that really looked weird because I usually use the one from the what's it called? Oh, I forgot. Handful on Bagley, the expansion pack. I keep forgetting the names. No, but here we're adding some top cabinets, and I wanted to add this big one because I usually use those because they're really cool. And then we added some chairs to the kitchen island. I actually deleted the third one because it looked kind of odd. And I put some pet balls because, you know, it's made for pets. Maybe dogs and cats. That's really cool. Now I struggle with this a bit, and then we try and find a couch, and I wanted to use this one because we haven't used a lot from my first pet stuff yet. But I didn't like the color swatches, so I went with this one, and this actually gave me an idea what like color pops I wanted to put in, because we have a very, very much just beige at the moment. But that gave me an idea to just put a lot of blues and greens later on. And we added the TV, and I tried finding a rug, and there you can see me adjust the kitchen floor. Now I tried finding a rug, and I wanted to use this one from my Spurs pet stuff again, but the swatches were just either too bright or too boring. Then I tried using some other ones that I haven't used yet, but I end up with this one, which I've used a lot already. Then I had this cute lamp, which I built with a lot because I love the like style of it. I had some overhanging lamps over the island because I thought it looked cute, and I saw that a lot in other houses. Now I'm just trying to figure out what to do with the walls because they still look quite like barren, and I don't know what to do. Also, we need a cat tree because I'm a cat person and I want there to be as many cats as possible in the house. But the first one didn't quite look right because it was so huge, so I picked the smaller one. It was still quite big, but the small ones felt too small and the big one felt too big, so I went with this middle one. Then I actually picked the lot traits because that, I don't know why I didn't do that at the beginning or the end. I just felt like doing that at the moment. Then you can see me adjusting the table because it felt quite odd. It was a bit shoved, not like at the shelf. It was a bit away from the shelf and it looked kind of odd. I noticed that and then I changed it. Now we're adding a pet bed because pets gotta sleep somewhere. We're later gonna add one in the bedroom as well. Then we're adding some cat toys or animal toys on the patio. And now we're moving on to bedroom. Here I actually used my carpet idea from the beginning, and I picked the same wallpaper, and now I'm really struggling to find a bed because I want one that matches the theme, but isn't too like colorful, because I wanted to first use one from the cats and dogs, but that didn't quite work out because it was very bright and colorful, and I actually ended up going with this white one. I know it's not beige, but it's fine. No one's gonna notice. At least it didn't bother me. Now looking back at it, it kind of bothers me, but it's fine. I struggled to find a wardrobe because the base game wardrobes are quite boring. Almost ended up going with this like children's wardrobe. Now that I finally picked a wardrobe, it's white again because the color swatches just don't match. struggle to find a place for it because it's like kind of like in the way everywhere. But I find a good solution with putting it there in the middle, and I'm putting a mirror and a plant in the corner, and it kind of looks cute. I really enjoy that. Here we put the next pet bed in the bedroom. Now we're moving on to the bathroom. And I struggle with this also a lot. It's like not the wallpaper or the inside of the bathroom. It's more of the layout, because we also needed to fit in like a poop box for the cat. And I had changed the windows actually because the shower didn't have any space. And I didn't want to add the bathtub because that would take away too much space of it. Now, I tried to find a sink in the matching color, and I tried using a sink that I haven't used before, but I ended up using the sink that I always use. Now I think where the cat poop box is, it's quite empty, so I tried to put a shelf there, but it felt like kind of squished, I guess. Then I tried moving it around quite a bit, and I end up like this, where it feels a lot better with the poop box for the cat. It doesn't feel so squished, but it also doesn't feel so empty. Then I try adding a bit more to the walls, because it feels still very empty on this side because there's nothing tall, I guess. So I put a shelf above the sink, and then I add another shelf above the toilet, and the basket in the middle. Those colors actually annoyed me so much, and there's a perfect color swatch for it, I found out. Then I had this cute mat in front of the shower with cats and fish on it. And it got me the idea to also put an entrance map. The yellow is kind of bright, but I still do like it a lot. Now, I know this might be kind of stupid, but I wanted to add a rug in the bedroom. So I did, but I didn't end up liking the colors, so I changed it to a bit of a lighter one. Now I just look around to see if I can put any decor in it. And we actually start with plants, and I found this planter box and I thought it matched that really good. Then I found this cat plant, and I haven't used it yet because it didn't really fit anywhere. So I put it in here and it really looked cute. And I had the sunflowers, I love those, I use those all the time. Then I wanted to add a cactus, but it didn't really work out because the swatches were kind of weird. And in the bedroom I only added the small plant, except the plant with the mirror. Now we're moving on to pictures, and I've used this cat calendar. I always put those in my houses, and I don't even know why. And then I found these huge pictures, and I found these drawings, and I don't even know why I put them. I don't think the person is even an artist, or like cat or dog lover, but I don't know, I just want to put something there. Now I want to actually find some curtains, but the ones that I find are just ugly or weird. And I actually go with this very, very bright one. And I know this might seem like an odd choice, but I think it matched it quite well. I wanted to add a curtain above the oven, but it didn't really work out. It kept glitching out, and I just kind of gave up. Then I put these aprons on the patio door, because on the bedroom door it felt like kind of off. And I just started looking for clutter to put on the counters, and I just put it randomly to adjust it later with the old placement. Now I wanted to add this to the patio because I love using this, and it had the perfect size for it, but it kept glitching up. And I even had a color swatch, I actually checked, but then I kind of gave up. I wanted to add this like thing with the plates and everything, but then I thought with cats that might be a bad idea, so I did end up deleting it, and I just put this corkboard there. Also added this aquarium, and in hindsight that might have been kind of stupid, because, you know, cats and fishes are not the best of friends, but okay, it's gonna be fine. Then I went into the bedroom and added some decor, and I actually put the shelf in the corner and moved the cat bed a bit, and I thought that looked way better. I moved the painting, of course. Then I wanted to add something above this drawer too, but I struggled a bit with it until I found one. I'm not really happy with the choice of the painting I picked, but yeah, it'll be fine. No one's gonna know except you guys. And then I start arranging the clutter on the counters so it fits. And I actually go into the bathroom and add a mirror. I couldn't add it above the sink because there was this this shelf, but so I added the mirror next to the toilet, and now I go out and I found this cat post box, but it kind of was a bit too much, so I changed it to a normal post box. I went out on the back patio and I wanted to add a table, and I turned it like this, and then I found these really cute chairs, and I've never used those before, and I love the flower pattern on the seats, and I added the tulips on top, and I actually wanted to put some stuff for pet training, but that didn't really work out. So I looked through other stuff like the event stuff, but I didn't really find anything. Still felt really empty, and it still does at the end, but it's definitely better. Then for some reason I start terrain painting, which is kind of stupid because I haven't used any plants yet. Then I try to put in the commands to give me the debug options, but I actually put it in wrong, and so I keep scrolling for plants and I can't find them, and I'm so confused. And then I actually put it in right, so we now can finally get plants. I had some trees, and I found this bowl in a bit shorter as well, and I like it so much. I tried to put it like this, but it kind of looked odd, and there it also did, so I kind of deleted the other one because this one kept glitching out. And I wanted to add a car in this. It's gonna come up later, and then I start putting in plants, and I found these planter boxes, and they are so cute. I love those. I sized them down and then put them up with the 9 key because they actually didn't want to go on the wall without using the 9 key. So here we're doing that, and it actually takes quite a while because that's so much fucking work. Then we keep going with the planter boxes, and I didn't actually put some on the patio because I felt like it kind of looked odd if I would put it there. Then I had a chest table because I didn't actually have much for skill building yet. Then I found these cute flowers, but they were very bright and I felt like they didn't fit. Then I found this really cute and small car that I added there in the back, and I tried looking for more plants and stuff. And I kept putting up these huge trees that didn't really fit. I found a smaller tree that I quite liked, and I always use this birch tree. I love it so much. It's so cute. I keep looking for plants, and then I found these with the more not so bright colored flowers, and I had those everywhere. I love it. It's so cute. It goes just basically all around the house. And I keep looking for more plants, and I find those stones, and I think they fit kind of well, especially here in the back. Doesn't make it look so empty. It still feels kind of empty, but it's definitely better with the rocks. So I keep looking, but I can't find anything anymore. So I keep looking through outdoor stuff, and I found the planter boxes, and I was like, oh, that would be a cute idea to make like the sim maybe have catnip plants for their cats. And I wanted to add a fireplace, but I thought that might be a fire hazard with cats. Also, it didn't really fit in the overall vibe of the house. Then I really wanted to add a pond, and I thought I remembered there was one in the base game, but apparently it's not in the base game. So I scrapped that idea, and then I went over to the roof, and I found this really cute thing that matched the wallpaper. Don't look closely because it doesn't actually fit that well. Then I changed the roof tiles and add a chimney. The roof tiles actually match the little thingy I put on top, and I really like that. Then I start putting concrete out front because I felt kind of weird the car being on top of grass, and the area looked kind of barren because there was just nothing. So I kept looking for the flowers I had before again. And eventually I found a pond, but it looked very odd, so I deleted it again instantly. And I kept looking for the flowers, and finally I found them, and now it looks so much better. And now, so I feel like I'm done now, so I start painting the terrain a little. I add the dirt here and there, especially under the rocks and the flowers, of course. And it looks kind of odd under the post box, but it's fine. And I add this little path from the door to the car, and then eventually I add some stones in the back, and that's the finished house.